Happy Sunday.
Players are coming out here, but can you give us an update on Christian Gonzalez's status? Might we see him in Minnesota or at all this week?
You might see him in Minnesota.
Okay, Jalen Polk got hurt during
Won't
the
see
game.
Jalen Polk in Minnesota.
Carlton Davis.
You'll see him in Minnesota.
Thank you.
It's like it's 2 weeks away.
Now, before you think I'm being funny, you'll probably see Christian in Minnesota. You won't see him on the field probably in a uniform. See how I did that? You'll see him in Minnesota, but he probably won't be practicing this week.
Well, I appreciate that part. Thank you.
Because if I didn't, then it would be like, oh, But anyways, I wanted to clarify that.
Veteran coach answer. Mike, you got 2 weeks till cut down day. I'm just curious, if you know there are any players that are not going to be on your squad, would you have a tendency to cut them early so they could possibly pick up another team?
Oh, I think we're so far away from that. Me personally, I'm focused on just having another great day and continuing everything that we did on Friday. And as you could see, everybody that was healthy played in the game and gave those guys opportunities. And whether it was John Giles or Webby, the offensive linemen, some of those guys that we talked about that didn't get to play or practice against Washington really did themselves well when they were given the opportunity. And so want to continue to reward those players that treat the team well and treat them the same way they treat the team. So as long as they're here working and getting better, we're going to practice them or eventually, get them action in the game.
Mike, after looking at the tape, anything specific stand out to you from Friday that you didn't see during the game?
I thought we played to continue to build the identity of playing with great effort and trying to take care of the guy with the ball. We have to tackle better, and that happens sometimes in the first live action. A lot of good stuff to teach off of there. Continue to talk about the ball security, whether it came out or not, the opportunities where we feel like the ball is in jeopardy. Thought we ran it well. I thought, we took advantage. I thought we played a clean game. I thought we took advantage of the field position. Won that battle and, saw the kickoff returns or how explosive that play can be. And we're going to have to cover those same kicks this year. So did a lot of those good things. And then we'll just have to continue to improve the things that we talked about with the missed tackles or, getting into a rhythm with the passing game and, kind of just continue to progress.
Mike, is there a specific focus for practice today? Just coming off the preseason game and with joint practices coming up?
We'll be in the red zone. We know how critical that is. We didn't get a stop defensively in the red zone. We did a nice job offensively in the red zone, but defensively wasn't very good. So again, we like coming off these days off in the red zone, shorter space for the players, but it's still a critical area where you need precision and speed. It's just not maybe long speed.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear Karen before. Was Morgan Moses one of the players? Just curious, do you feel still good about the path that he's on right now?
Yeah, yep, and anticipate him to practice today and be in Minnesota as well.
Mike, on the kickoff return that Henderson took back, Ponder's in there and looked like he had one of the blocks that helped. I want to ask you about him. One, what have you seen from him in camp, and then maybe the block, if that stood out to you as a good play?
Sure. Elijah continues to improve, and I think that the ability to play on special teams as an outside linebacker who probably in college they don't get a whole lot of work at is something that you're always trying to build and develop because it is new for some of these guys. On that particular play, it's at the point of attack and it's a big block, and there's going to be a lot of these that are close. And when I say close, I mean close to a penalty and close to a touchdown. And we have to coach the heck out of it. We have to make great decisions, split-second decisions when you're at the point of attack, because when they start to see that, and then we'll just have to stay square, and the backs have to help us by setting some of these things up. And because the alternative is now you're starting inside the 20-yard line and defeating the whole purpose of taking advantage of the field position. So there was a lot of good blocks there. We'll have to see where the trends start to go on the penalties, and the more kickoffs are going to be the more penalties you would imagine, and see what the league wants to do there.
Mike, when you watched the film back, when the quarterbacks ran in the game, did you think they had chances to throw, and would you rather them take advantage of those opportunities to try some things in the game than run?
I meant one was from the 5, one was from the 2. I don't think Josh was doing anything but trying to not get hit and happened to find the end zone. Drake, I thought, made 2 good decisions when he went up into the B gap, got the first down. Probably could have been a little muddy, I guess, if you're nitpicking to Mac Hollins, but I don't think he was put in harm's way to where he went. So I saw Mac break, and again, when you have the football in your hand, we trust you to make great decisions. So I don't know if there were any other opportunities. We had a couple move the pocket plays, and found Jaheim on one, which was a nice catch and run, and then I think found Chiz on the other one. So those are ones, I don't know which ones you're specifically referring to.
Probably the Drake, I think it was a 3rd down scramble where he picked up the first down and might have had a couple shots down the left side.
I think that the way that he went, I think it would have been hard for him to remain a passer to the left side, just physically. Again, once you start to scramble, and again, you'll see some of these scramble drills hopefully today in the red zone, but we would like him to be able to shut off half the field. You start looking back here, bad things kind of happen. So to me, I think he was going to the right. I think he saw soft coverage and trusted in his ability to be able to go and pick up the first down.
Mike, you haven't seen from Marcus Bryan so far in this camp, and just earned the start there on Friday night. What led to that, do you think?
I think he earned it. I think that when they switched over and he had some snaps on the left a lot at the beginning of training camp, I think moving him over to the right, I thought he did well, especially in the joint practices, earned that opportunity, and continues to improve. We'll have to play both sides for us, and I think it's just a young player that was taking the coaching and was one of the players I remember when we first put pads on, had really high pad level. We talked about it, we coached it, we showed him, and I think that has improved. He's 6'6", so first day I guess we'll cut him some slack, and it's improved. And that's all we ask of the players, is that each day they continue to improve and focus on improving. So kind of like Marcus, and it's kind of a happy, lucky go kid, and I think there's a lot of good football in front of him.
We have talked to you about the joint practice. Just wanted to get your take on what happened in the scrum there. And did you have any fun with the film review with the team after that?
I didn't show the team. I'm sure they all looked at it, obviously, in their meeting rooms, because guys were laughing at me. And then I realized that, Will and I were thinking the same thing, just trying to, get the second guy off, and Travian in there wrestling. I just don't want anything to happen to anybody. My job is to try to break those up, and I don't mind doing it, and that's kind of how it went.
When you have a quarterback like Drake who has a unique ability to extend plays, what's the teaching process? And he has this unique ability, you want him to play to that versus sometimes knowing when to go down or just live to fight another day?
Yeah, we have to be able to protect ourselves as the quarterback of the football team. At the yard markers, at the sideline, near the line to gain, and especially the goal line. And I just think the biggest thing is just don't assume. Try to use the rules to your advantage, and being able to slide. And whether you go feet first or whether you go head first, you're still protected. And again, we want him to be aggressive, but just not reckless and put the ball or himself in harm's way. Thank you.